How's it going, everybody? It's the Johnny Lone Fox here. It's my channel where I talk about anime, video games, cartoons, most notably Sonic and Ninja Turtles. And today I'm here to talk about the Knuckles trailer. So I'm just doing a little recording. This isn't going to be like an actual live stream, you know. Um, but I wanted to talk about the Knuckles trailer real quick since that's the new big thing that's out right now. And I'm a huge Sonic fan, and of course, a lot of my audience are Sonic fans, and they want to hear me give my input on it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm gonna go to the trailer, and I'm going to try and react to it. I'll probably make some edits and stuff when I make this into an actual video and all that. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think I remember hearing about it like a couple of days ago that it was supposed to drop and all that stuff. But yeah, like it was supposed to drop, and then it came out yesterday, and I was like, oh, cool. And I was at my job, so of course, so I saw it there when I was on my little break, and I was like, all right, this ain't bad. But yeah, I'll give you my entire thoughts. So let's try to react to it.
You're an alien. You're super powerful. You recently saved the world with your friends. What do you like to do for fun?
Vengeance.
I was thinking more like reading or yoga.
But yeah, so I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like Knuckles in the movie universe. He kind of reminds me of like 2003 Starfire, where like 2003 Starfire isn't completely like accurate to the comic book version of Starfire, but that's how I feel with Knuckles. Like he ain't entirely accurate to the character from the video game, but I still like him regardless. He's a cool character, you know. And I like Idris Elba's voice again, not the ideal guy that that I thought, oh, okay, this guy should definitely voice Knuckles, but I'm not against it either. I'm like, all right, I kind of like it.
Hey, buddy. Isn't it great to finally relax?
My boy is Sonic.
I am an Echidna warrior. I only remain on Earth because I made a vow to you and the Fox. So I made myself at
Cool
home.
Ranch Doritos. I'm always more into the the red ones, but that's just me.
Nope, we are not turning our living room into some kind of gladiator fighting pit. What is Ozzy doing here?
He will be challenging his greatest enemy.
I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the funniest joke in the trailer, in my opinion. He called up the mailman to fight the dog. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. That was kind of funny.
Is that our mailman?
This is not a place of battle, so I will begin my quest.
And of course, I can't help but gush over the.
This is not a place of battle, so I will begin my quest.
Of course, I can't help but gush over the OVA hat that Knuckles had from Sonic OVA. Come on, what fan doesn't like that hat? But yeah, I'm glad to redraw that this right here and stuff. Probably tomorrow and stuff. I'll probably do a live stream then or whatever. But yeah, I gotta definitely redraw that, like this scene here. But I got a bunch of other stuff. I'll talk about it later.
Most people think I'm a joke.
I do not make jokes. I make warriors.
Let's go get him.
Knuckles. Without his little friends, he's vulnerable. He's the key to my newest creation.
You worked for Robotnik.
Bring me Knuckles.
Sorry, this lane is reserved.
You think you can take my power?
Do I look like I need your power?
What are you talking about? Of course he needs his power.
To be honest with you, I'm not really a huge fan of this. Well, neither the joke or the this scene right here. To be honest with you, but continue. I'll explain my criticism in a second.
It's the whole reason we're here.
You're mine.
I made a promise. to protect this planet. I am
Come on, you gotta love that.
ready.
Oh, snap!
That also deserves a redraw.
It's about to get...
Am
Oh yeah,
ready.
and this
Oh, snap!
the Oat Show. I don't know. I'm thinking of I don't know. For some reason, when I saw this, that made me think of Oma Chow or something. That's what I thought I was
Someone's
referencing.
about to get slapped.
I think today is going to be a beautiful day.
Okay, and this is also the second funniest joke in the trailer, in my opinion, as well. Normally, a person would probably die of that.
You gonna rest?
And Knuckles is just chilling with the coffee pot. It was like drinking out of it, like.
You on?
No, he must learn to rescue himself.
But yeah. So yeah, so that's the trailer. So what did I think of it? It's not bad and stuff. It's pretty decent in my opinion. I'm not saying I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, this is like 9 out of 10. For me, probably like a 7 or 8 out of 10, really. How do I put this? Let me just talk about my criticism for it real quick. So where did I begin? So trailer kind of mid, I was like, oh, not to say I had high expectations or anything for the show, because I was like wondering if it was still on or not, if they were still going to go through with this. But I am glad that they're definitely focusing on other Sonic characters outside of just Sonic and Eggman all the time. Don't get me wrong, Sonic's my boy. I love Sonic, but I'm just like, I want to focus on some other characters in the universe, Shadow, Tails, Knuckles, or some of the characters that just don't really get that much screen time, like Blaze, like Chaotix, Silver, something, give me something. But yeah. But anyways, because they got a really big and diverse cast, I'm like, yeah, of course, I want to focus on some other characters, and of course, other villains especially. But I'll talk about that for another time. But anyways, neither here nor there. So what was I saying? Something about Knuckles. So my criticisms. So one of them being is that it kind of feels like this is a little bit of rehash of Sonic 1, where everyone, like, where Dr. Eggman was out for Sonic to try and steal his power and all that stuff because he realized that he can harness it. So basically, we got this guy that's kind of rehashing that, but with Knuckles, he's like, oh, okay, without his friends, Knuckles is helpless. Like, what? Wasn't Knuckles, before meeting Sonic and Tails, like the greatest bounty hunter, or the greatest hunter in the galaxy or the universe or something in this movie lore? So I highly doubt that he's definitely easy pickings, but okay. Anyways, that aside, but it just feels like that's a rehash of that. And I'm just like, if they wanted to, like, well, not to say I always had these ideas, or again, I'm not trying to be like, oh, well, if I was there, I would have done that. Well, yeah, well, maybe I probably would have, but I would probably say, like, I think they could have probably been a little bit more creative and stuff, where they could have actually made like a villain. Like, I wish we would have seen more like other Sonic characters and stuff, not just random. And that would go into my second criticism in a second, but other just random characters and stuff like that. Just taking on the Sonic characters. I'm like, yeah. But anyways, yeah, it's just a rehash of the first movie, pretty much. But if it were me, I would try to, like, at least tie this in with a little bit of a storyline, maybe Sonic Adventure 1 or something. Since they're kind of skipping to Sonic Adventure 2 in the third movie with Shadow and stuff, I was thinking maybe I wouldn't say this came to me all of a sudden. Well, it did come to me all of a sudden when I was watching the trailer. I'm like, maybe they probably did have the opportunity to adapt Sonic Adventures 1 through this Knuckles series, where instead of like Sonic being the main characters, it's Knuckles' main adventure and stuff, where like, you have them deal with chaos and all that stuff. Like, I think that would have been a little bit more plausible, and a lot of people would have been hyped to see like chaos and stuff, and a few other Sonic characters probably could have thrown in, like, Big, or maybe even some classic characters. Like, you could have thrown in Knack, or Fang the Hunter, whatever they want to call him, but to me it's Knack. They could have thrown in Mighty, Ray, the Chaotix, like Vector, SPO, and Charmy. And Vector and SBO, I think they actually did make cameos inside the prequel comic, because I actually have the Sonic 2 prequel comic and stuff. So, Yeah. Yeah, I do have that on me, but not right now. It's in my car. Actually, I like to keep it there. Whenever I just go places and I got nothing to do, I'm like, oh, okay, I just read this and just yeah, look back. But yeah, so it's a rehash of Sonic One. But my major criticism, and this is starting to be for like the movie overall or the movie universe overall, is the human characters. I know it's kind of ironic because I always defended the human characters and other stuff like Sonic X and stuff, where most people had a criticism with the human characters inside Sonic X. I don't have a problem with the human characters inside Sonic X. I think that was actually well done. I think people made a big deal out of that for nothing, in my opinion. Or it's probably just going off of memory and just don't, didn't actually like sit down and like actually analyze or where see how the characters had like, the Mobians had worked well off of the human characters. I don't think people really just took the time of day. Sometimes maybe some, I'm not saying you in general, but I'm just saying just some people. But anyways, but for me in the movies, there are a few humans, that are cool. Of course, Dr. Eggman, obviously, because he's from the games. And we all, of course, yeah, Dr. Eggman. Tom is all right. I like Tom. He has a good dynamic with Sonic. Maddie's okay. But my major ones, the major human characters I do not like in the movie universe, and they actually might make my list for worst Sonic characters, and that is Rachel and that is Wade. Okay. Wade is okay as Tom's best friend, but I hated how in Sonic 2, Wade and Rachel had the worst scenes. I feel like honestly the movie would have been 1,000 times better if we just dropped them, okay? Like I'm serious. Like I'm like just get rid of them.
Earth because I made a vow to you and the Fox.
The,
So I made
in my honest opinion, like I was like, yeah, movie probably would have been more perfect. Just drop those scenes. And actually, I even have the novels of the both the movies and stuff. It's kind of like it's child like kid novels and stuff. I kind of read it just because, and I was like, all right, some of this stuff is not bad. It's a little well not rushed, but the first one is fast paced a little bit, but the second one they cut out some unnecessary stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, that's what the movie should have been. But that's just my opinion. Anywho, but back on topic. So yeah, the human characters, that's my main criticism. And then we got more human villains and stuff like that. And I'm just like, yeah, I really would have wished to see more other Sonic villains and stuff challenge like, Sonic or Knuckles or something like that, especially Knuckles since this is a show. Which it's ironic because Knuckles had his own game, Knuckles Chaotix, which I've never played. They gotta really remaster that or put that on another system or something. Come on now. Come on, Sega. But there's Knuckles Chaotix. There's that Knuckles' game. There is the comics. Knuckles has his own spin-off comics, about 28 issues, if I'm not mistaken, written by Ken Benders. Say what you will about Ken Benders, but I would say like it was entertaining at least, or it had some interesting ideas. And now he has his own show, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, Knuckles, of course he's one of my top 5 favorite characters. Like I don't know who doesn't like Knuckles from Sonic, but yeah. But anyways, so yeah, the human characters. So that's just my major issue. I'm just like, man, they could have substituted this with like Chaos or something like that or whatever for the main villain. But whatever. Hopefully this will be entertaining. I think we might actually get Mecha Knuckles. I mean, that's just my speculation though. I mean, I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but if they're talking about like, oh, okay, well, we need Knuckles' power and they got like Eggman's technology, it could be possible that they might make a like Mecha Knuckles from like Sonic Advance. That would be cool. Like Mecha Knuckles was even in the IDW comics in Scrapnik Island, fighting against Sonic and Mecha Sonic. So that was pretty cool. So just some ideas right there. Or just the, little food for thought, that kind of thing. But yeah. But it's definitely nice seeing the positive reception though. A lot of people are definitely loving Knuckles and all that stuff. Watching this show or the show come over, they're definitely yeah. And I just hope that the Sonic movie universe doesn't fall into the same trap as the MCU where they started off strong and then it just fell off. I really do not want that for the Sonic universe because Sonic in general is like one of my favorite all-time series, okay? Or actually it is my favorite all-time series. I do not want to see it dropped off a cliff. Okay. All right. But anyways, and I know they actually put out another TMNT, the little Tales of the TMNT, the Mutant Mayhem continuation cartoon. I don't care for it. Honestly, when I first saw it or when I heard about it, I was like, man, I feel like I got a reptile dysfunction, and stuff. Even hearing about it, because I'm just that tuned out because I don't want it at all. Okay, I'm probably not even gonna watch this series unless I hear some stuff. I might see some stuff here and there, I guess, but whatever. Not interested. It's to me like the Ben 10 reboot. Okay, that's what Tales of the TMNT, and I'm not talking about the season 5 of the 2012 series. I'm talking about this new series that they got going on. Which it's funny because I just finished up the 2012 series the other day, so that was pretty cool. But anyways, those are pretty much my thoughts. What else do I got to say? Oh yeah, not to mention this premise also kind of reminds me of like Sonic X actually, because there was this one episode, and this is like probably one of the few episodes where Sonic and Chris weren't in, because they're in every other episode aside from a shadow focused episode and the episode that starred Knuckles back in like season 1, where Knuckles went off on his little side adventure, and he was with this guy named Hawk and stuff, and they were, I believe, in like Hong Kong and stuff, and like Knuckles and Hawk teamed up and all that stuff. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So, anyways, yeah, this is what this reminds me of. So it feels like it's gonna be like that. But anyways, tell me down below what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is the Joning level Fox, or the keenest Fox, and I am out. Peace, and until we meet again.